Hello everyone, I'm Infamous Kid and welcome to Marvel Rivals. So today I actually want to do a quick video, well, semi-quick video. Actually, no. It's good. This is gonna be quick on Marvel Rivals and the inconsistency between MnK and controller. Now, if you guys haven't been able to tell, I'm a PC controller player. I prefer playing controller because it's just what I'm comfortable. It's what I'm used to, and I understand that some PC players will just be like, "Bro, just make the switch already." Brother, if I don't want to do it, don't force me to. Okay? I don't feel like just because I switch platforms, because I used to play on Xbox, that I should be forced to play by everybody else's like standards. Like I'm that's not who I am. I only came over to PC for the good graphics and the fact that I don't have to pay for a fucking online subscription anymore. Like let me chill. But that's neither here nor there. So what I want to touch on was Marvel Rivals and the inconsistency with controller and MnK. And honestly, this is like the biggest thing. And someone actually said this in a controller versus MnK topic on YouTube. Here's what I found out. See this right here, this All Heroes tab for the MnK binds? Notice how these are the defaults for every hero, no matter what. What I found out, guys, is apparently they don't have this for controller. Like, if I go into like, see, and here's the thing, the tabs are different. We have combat, UI, communication, and spectating. And this is mainly for, like, spectating with the theater mode, the replay system. Controller, we get general, which, as you can see, general fucking settings is bare bones here. Combat, we don't get that. We get button mappings, but guess what? Oh, also, this is the thing about controller. I found out. So I'm guessing their way of making sure that you don't accidentally misread inputs between controller and MnK is their thing is you're not allowed to use MnK input on the controller setup here. Guys, I am like a default bitch when it comes to games, uh, or shooter games or any type of game, really. I'd say that with a big asterisk because depending on the game, I have like a comfort setup. Like for me, I used to play Halo, and my default control scheme for that is Recon. I'm not a fan of the OG Halo settings. But for Marvel Rivals, what kind of threw me for a loop is finding out that melee is on one of the thumbsticks. But the way that they have the game set up by default is that melee is on one of the thumbsticks and not on B, which is what I'm used to. Like in America, we always associate B or what is it? North, south, east, west? Yeah, north, south, east, west. No, north, south, east, west. There, yeah, that's how it would go. Is always the east side button over here, or the B button, or whatever your equivalent on the other controllers are. I know for Nintendo they flip theirs. It's is Y is where X is and X is where I is, and same for A and B. They're flipped. But melee is not on B where it would be for me, and I'm one of those people who, for them, uh, I have pre-made binds. I have pre-made binds for how I play my other games. So I just flip these around so that melee is on B, and as you can see for my settings here with Loki, B would have been my swap decoy button, but now it's my thumbstick. Because to me, it's muscle memory from other games. Like you can't just screw with people's muscle memory like that. But the fact we don't get a menu for controller, and I'm pretty sure it's like this on console as well. Console players don't get this menu. We basically have to do the mass swapping of binds here. Like, it's a bit annoying, and on top of that, I feel like I'm gonna end up doing a lot of swapping around. Here's the thing: what really kills it for me is the fact that it's inconsistent. So, let me show you guys what I mean by this. If I go over to a character like Storm, right? If you guys notice, to switch between Storm's different modes, it's pressing Y, like how you would to switch weapons. And then let me go over to Punisher real quick, right? Switching weapons is Y. Like how it is in any other fucking video game. But then we get over to fucking Cloak and Dagger. And guess what? It's fucking right bumper! Like, what? Your abilities should be left and right bumper. I understand that they're probably doing it because they want a secondary. They want to have a pre-bound secondary with the LT, with your LT or whatever the PlayStation equivalent is. You know, left trigger. But this is just so backwards. Like, honestly, this is so backwards. And don't even get me started on the whole ultimate ability thing, because guess what? For controller players, our thing with ultimate abilities, we have to press left and right stick together. I know some controller players, as well as some MnK players, are like, brother, that's slow turn for the ultimate. I know. Here's the thing, guys. I prefer a slow turn. It's just how I am. If I do anything faster, I'm dog shit. I can't aim. I can't aim fast. What I found is that apparently, like PlayStation and Xbox controllers, they're actually not even made equal either. Like Xbox controllers, they don't fully register 100% of the stick movement, whereas PlayStation controllers do. So Microsoft and Sony actually have different calibrations on the system level for their controllers. Which is why, technically speaking, stick-wise, PlayStation is better than Xbox, but layout-wise, Xbox is better than PlayStation. And you guys might be saying layout-wise? Well, yeah, so here's the thing. Microsoft, when they developed this controller, they had feedback from one of their in-house developers from one of their studios, so at the time that was Bungie. Bungie gave them feedback on how to design the controller for the original Xbox. And so that feedback of theirs actually helped with determining how to set up the controller. You know, like, but apparently PlayStation, when they designed their controller, the original purpose for it was platformers, and then they added thumbsticks. You know, like PlayStation, they kept adding new features to their controller, and I understand that some people wish Microsoft would do the same because, you know, and here's the thing, guys, this is a third-party controller. The only innovation I really need out of Microsoft is potentially gyro aim. I've heard mixed. I'm kind of mixed on the gyro aim thing because a friend of mine tried it and he thinks it's cool, but at the same time, he didn't know how to. When he used it in Fortnite, he actually wasn't sure how to switch between, you know, gyro controlling the control like this, which is how you use it, versus using his right stick to soft aim. So, and keep in mind, he actually tried it on his new PlayStation. He's an Xbox person like me, but he wanted to try PlayStation for their exclusive, like, first-party games. And so, like, for him, it was kind of like, on how to, like, use it. You know, it's just all over the place. What I'm trying to get at is, you guys can see, like, there's some consistency here on PC, to an extent, because there are moments where I've looked at the PC settings, and I'm like, look at this, Cloak and Dagger. Why isn't switching your E? Why wouldn't switching be your E? Like, I get it, you have the blind, but in my opinion, like, your mobility, your mobility item is actually on fucking, mobility is always left shift, for you guys on PC, and they're just kind of like throwing you off here a little bit, in my opinion.
You're coming up ahead.
Because mobility for Cloak and Dagger would be, you know, their left, yeah, their right click, their right, it's the right click.
Please, we're hurt. My time to shine.
Mobility for us is also left bumper. Like, I think, yeah, Luna has passive mobility.
Love my powers, but now I think they're great.
What's the equivalent here? So, your guard. Your guard is your left ship. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, it's so weird. This is so inconsistent. Like, there's a lot of inconsistency with this, and it throws me off completely. Like, everything about the game is a little weird. Like, controller's not consistent. Oh, now guys, here's the thing that actually kind of threw me for a loop. Actually gonna come over here real quick. What I found out is that if you swap your binds for a specific heroes, actually let me go all heroes. If you guys notice, my ping button for controller is up on D-pad, but if I go over to Loki, you'll see it's left. It's yeah, it's left D-pad. What I found out is when you change your binds, for some reason, the game does not swap D-pad buttons because it considers this a part of your hero binds, which that should not be the case. That genuinely should not be the case. And if I want to synchronize Loki with the default that I set up over here in all heroes, the only way for me to do that is to either reset all doing a reset all. And keep in mind, this is for all heroes. Resetting my settings for all heroes. But the pain in the ass about that is it also will reset the settings that I put for Loki right here on this page. That is just unfair. That is actually unfair. But oh, you guys on keyboard and mouse, all you guys got to do is just mess with your default settings right here, and you're Gucci. You're golden. Also, for me, I don't know why we have a direct button for primary and secondary weapons in this game when that only works in games where you got more than two weapons. Like, guys, if you only have two weapons to switch from, for whatever game you're playing, just put a weapon switch. Just do like Control and have a single weapon switch button. There should be no need for this. Like, I get it, you PC players like having as much customization options as possible, and I'm specifically talking about the MnK players. But guys, at some point, we got to learn to read the room here. There's a point when it's a little overkill. Oh, and on top of that, like, why do we have a previous and next weapon button when we only have two? Like, there's literally only one character with this setup, and that's Punisher.
Right is right.
Just switch between the two. Why is it so complicated? But yeah. This is just, it's very weird to me, the inconsistency between both. Like default. Fucking controller should get a menu like this, like combat, for the combat menu, all heroes. But yeah, and look at this, like all heroes, All heroes. Like, but we have a mass swap binds. Individual hero button mappings. Like, some people just want to do a simple swapping of things around. The fact that all I'm doing right here. Before I forget, when Invisible Woman and Reed Richards came out, apparently, guys, when I did this mass swapping of binds, they actually came in with the default setting where fucking pressing B or pressing circle retracts Invisible Woman's shield. So the way Invisible Woman plays out.
Heads up,
Whoop.
hostiles.
Okay, I guess I'm not gonna fucking use her.
We didn't ask
You place your shield, but you also
always answer the call.
whatever your melee button is. Like, so you know how I swapped my melee button around? For her, melee was still the left stick, or excuse me, not left stick, right stick. It was still right stick. So even if a new character gets added, they're not a part of this system. Like, this is unfair. They're not a part of this system where everything gets swapped over in mass. Like, this is very inconsistent. It feels like bleh.
Force my hand. Double KO.
And on top of that, the only way for me to synchronize her with everybody else was to, again, reset my binds to default. Everything to default. If I gotta do that every season, that's going to be a fucking pain. Marvel Rivals team, just give the controller players a menu. Just give us a menu. Just give us a menu like MnK, please. Because this right here, this is over here saving people some time and energy. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video.